education. And we're going to talk to Professor Tabi, and he's the author of De la sémantique à la traduction, une approche sémantico-morphosyntaxique. My God, that's terrible. I mean, he's going to tell us more about that. Professor, good morning. Welcome to Bon Weekend.
Good morning, madam.
How do you do? Are you good?
I'm very good.
Happy Mother's Day to someone special. Let's spice up your morning.
Thank
your
you.
mother, your sister, are you going to send them a message? This is the opportunity. Look at straight into your camera.
Yes, I will say a happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Unfortunately, I've already lost my mother because she passed away last year.
Okay.
And it has not been
You still
easy.
miss her, though?
Yes, I still miss her.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what was the impact? I know we all love our mothers, but there's a memory you remember about her, which is very dear to you, which is that, will you care to share with us?
Really, it's a very painful experience,
Okay.
and it's not easy at all, but as a man, you have to struggle and make sure that you forget about everything that you go through in this life.
They say big boys don't cry. I like that.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah,
so
that's
very
the way
much.
it is.
But when it's that moment for you to tear up, please do. Cause
Même si on peut pleurer quand on a sa maman ou on n'a pas sa maman, l'enfant reste toujours l'enfant. À chaque moment, on peut pleurer en pensant à sa maman. C'est vrai, c'est touchant quand on ne voit plus sa maman, mais on sait que la maman existe, elle est toujours là dans nos cœurs. Et je crois que c'est pour ça qu'elle sourit ce matin, parce qu'il sait que sa maman est vivante. Elle nous regarde,
is
certainement.
watching over you. The invisible guardian angel who has joined the heavens to take control of your destiny, order your steps, and guide you. But you're not here to talk only about your mother. You're here to share your book. It's
De la
about
sémantique à la traduction.
à la traduction.
Wow.
Wow.
C'est vrai qu'avant de commencer, je voudrais d'abord que tu essaies un peu nous expliquer ces différents mots. La sémantique.
Voilà,
Comment
merci.
comprendre?
Ok, merci pour l'occasion que vous me donnez de vous expliquer de quoi il est question. La sémantique, c'est la science du sens. Et morphosyntaxe, vous avez morphologie, l'étude des formes des mots. Et la syntaxe, c'est l'étude de l'ordonnancement, c'est-à-dire la structure, l'ordre des mots.
Dans ça qui est morphosyntatique.
Oui, morphosyntaxique.
Voilà, je crois qu'on va y arriver.
Okay.
Alors, vous êtes là justement pour nous parler de cet ouvrage-là, de la sémantique à la traduction. Maintenant, je voudrais savoir qu'est-ce qui vous a motivé ou qu'est-ce qui vous a inspiré à écrire cet ouvrage.
Déjà, comme le programme est un programme bilingue, je pense que je peux m'exprimer en anglais parce que
moi, je pensais que
nous avons eu l'occasion.
un gars d'Akono.
Oui, je suis de Ngumo de la Wakono, digne ressortissant de la Wakono. Alors, parce que le Cameroun est bilingue.
J'ai joué un peu sur l'oiseau bien.
Non, il n'y a pas de problème. Il n'y a pas de problème. So, what we mean by this book is we first of all have to look at the colors of the book. We have the white, yes, and the blue. The white is clarity, cleanness, and the blue is divine inspiration, because inspiration comes from heaven. So what you have to understand with this book is that we have realized that when this Scottish linguist John Cunnison Cafford published A Linguistic Theory of Translation, he highlighted the notion of formal correspondance, which is when the structure of the source language matches with the structure of the target language. And this notion is actually a notion which is part of contrastive analysis. However, many translators consider it as a technique of translation. That's why they produce literal translation or word-for-word translation. So experience has proven that, because I am a translator and a reviser, I have realized that when I revise work, most of the translations are literal. Because there's machine translation, and there's the fact that many translators think that formal correspondence is actually a technique of translation. So I thought that it was necessary to write this book in order to empower the translator, to give the translator all the tools in order for them to translate efficiently and confidently. That's why I wrote this book.
So if I tell you that I understood everything, then I'm lying. Trust me. I am so telling. I'm going to be a liar this morning. So, Prof, in simple terms, okay?
Yes.
Very simple. Basic.
Yes.
How can we understand a semantic and semantic approach to translation, because my God, we are in a learning, it's a roller coaster this morning.
So what you have to understand with the semantic and morphosyntactic approach to translation is actually an approach to translation which gives primacy to meaning.
All right.
And what you have to know is that the basic tenet of this approach is that thinking takes precedence over form. That means thinking comes before writing.
Okay.
So we are looking at the meaning. And where do we find the meaning? We find the meaning in word and also in linguistic parameters. And as you can see, if you look at the books of the works of the American linguist Wayne Langacker, where he talks about cognitive grammar in his book entitled Cognitive Grammar, Basic Introduction, he actually says that meaning comes from the mind. And so what we are trying to say in the semantic and morphosyntactic approach to translation is that meaning should be, we should consider meaning in terms of linguistic parameters, that is the word which are used, and extra-linguistic parameters, that means context, situation, implicatures, and all of that. Because
where are all my linguists? Are you guys
because
understanding?
if you say for instance, il est allé à la station. You cannot just translate il allé à la station by saying he went to the station, because it will depend on context. If he went to the station using his bike, then we are going to say he drove to the station. If he goes to the station using his vehicle, we're going to say he drove to the station. If he used his bike, we're going to say he rode to the station. But if he goes on foot, then we're going to say he walked to the station. So all depend
context.
All depend on the mind. So what we want to emphasize here is that the meaning comes from the mind. And meaning is determined contextually, not in word. So we don't translate word.
We should always contextualize everything we want to translate.
Yes, then you got it. Yes,
alors, on comprend tout ce qui est la traduction mot à mot, parfois ça ne vaut pas la peine.
Honoré Pascal, toi et moi, we are guilty as charged.
Voilà, donc vous rejoignez l'instant, nous sommes avec Monsieur Tabi, c'est l'auteur donc de cet ouvrage de la sémantique à la traduction, une approche simultanée-morphosyntaxique de la traduction. J'y arrive enfin. Alors tout à l'heure, on n'a pas eu ce mot, on est entré dans les lignes de cet ouvrage-là. Moi, je voudrais savoir selon vous, oui, parce qu'on parlait là de la traduction, quelles sont les qualités d'un bon traducteur?
Alors, le bon traducteur doit d'abord avoir une maîtrise parfaite des deux langues. C'est pas une maîtrise approximative. Quand je dis maîtrise parfaite, ça veut dire que il faut connaître la grammaire, parce que la langue c'est sa grammaire. Il faut être un puriste, savoir à quel mot. La langue ne devrait pas avoir de secret pour vous. Et donc, en dehors de ce fait, vous devez avoir une bonne compétence et une bonne performance linguistique. Et en plus, vous devez avoir un vaste gisement de vocabulaire, parce que la puissance d'un traducteur, c'est son vocabulaire. Oui, et il doit pouvoir identifier, comprendre, c'est-à-dire contextualiser l'énoncé et trouver, n'est-ce pas, des termes appropriés pour véhiculer le message. C'est de ça qu'il est question. Et puis, le traducteur doit être capable de travailler sous pression, parce que la traduction, c'est une histoire de temps, avec des délais qui sont très rigoureux. Alors, il faut avoir non seulement une bonne compétence linguistique, mais aussi la capacité, n'est-ce pas, de faire même des recherches. Oui, d'être rapide.
Avec ces traducteurs dans les églises, quand le pasteur parle, il faut tout de suite.
Non. Et là, il ne faut pas trop parler des églises, parce que en réalité, c'est que les gens pratiquent.
Le cas simple, oui. Parfois, quand tu arrives, le pasteur a dit ceci, il faut traduire.
Pascal say, I'm sorry, that is you trampling on the feet and on the rights of translators this morning. No, they will not consider them translators. Please be calming now, okay? Now, moving over, the book is here, and those of aspiring translators or those who are already in the field, in the domain, we want to go further, because you have quoted and cited some very great authors, which they would love to have. You are amongst the many who have authored books as well. Where can we procure a copy of this?
This book you can either you get in touch with me,
okay,
or you actually buy it in on the publisher website.
Okay,
yes. Which is Édition G d'encre.
Okay.
The book was published actually in France.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
So those
numbers?
Yes, the numbers we have.
Look right into your camera,
The
please.
numbers we have 694 18 27 17 694 18 27 17 674 53 43 41.
Voilà. Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Tabi, d'être passé ce matin sur le plateau de Bon Week-end. Nous vous souhaiter bon retour du côté d'Akono. Parce que peut-être vous allez
côté de Ngumu.
Ah oui,
à Koli. Oui, Koli.
Koli, c'est après.
Juste après le village d'André Onana.
Oui, oui, c'est sûr.
Ah, Onana, c'est le championnat.
Effectivement, je passe par là.
D'accord.
Amaïdami, Onana.
Le village de Véronique Facture. Quelque part là.
All right, Professor Tabi, looking dashing with a blue tie. Thank you for stopping by.
I'm the one. Thank you.
And a profitable weekend to you.
Thank you very much.
And enjoy Mother's Day.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Now let's talk